Hi, everyone. Susan Brady here. Thank you for joining me. So, we are into December now, and the winter season is fully upon us, meaning that we have shorter days, for many of us, colder weather. And then on top of that, the holiday season that can create added stress in our lives. And all of these things affect our circadian rhythm, our body's natural sleep wake cycle, which is so critical to our health. So, this circadian rhythm or this body clock, it regulates so much more than just our sleep. It regulates everything from our eating habits and our digestion. It regulates our body temperatures, our alertness, our reaction time, our coordination. It regulates the release of hormones throughout the day. It even regulates our blood pressure and our metabolism. And it's been shown that when your body clock is out of whack, it can lead, yes, it can lead to poor sleep, but it can also lead to things like obesity and cardiovascular disease and diabetes, GI issues, dementia, and of course, bone loss and osteoporosis. And I bring this up because there was a really interesting study that was published last month just on this topic, the topic of the circadian rhythm and how it impacts our bone health. So the study talked about how the circadian rhythm impacts the genes that affects the function of our osteoblasts and our osteoclasts. So the bones that make new, or the cells that make new bones, and the cells that create bone resorption. So this can impact bone metabolism or bone turnover. And what this study suggests is that alterations in our sleep wake cycle or our circadian rhythm can disrupt normal balanced bone turnover, which then in turn leads to bone loss. And we know studies for years have shown just how important sleep is for our bones. We need enough sleep so our bones can repair themselves, but we also don't want too much sleep. So, generally, people have shown that sleeping less than 5 hours or more than 8 hours a night can increase your risk of osteoporosis. And when we have longer, colder winter nights, it is natural for us to want to sleep longer. It's also natural for us to be less active, which then in turn can throw off your circadian rhythm or your body clock. So, I want to give you some tips today on how you can maintain a healthy circadian rhythm during the winter months. So, the circadian rhythm is regulated by many internal cues like your hormones and your genes, but also external cues like sunshine or your eating patterns. And I would say the number one thing you can do to maintain a healthy circadian rhythm is to get sunshine into your eyes the first thing every morning. So it doesn't mean you have to look directly into the sun. Just get that sunlight into your eyes. And morning sunlight stimulates the release of the hormone cortisol. And cortisol, it helps us to wake up, it gives us energy, it tells your body to get up and get going. So it really helps to reinforce the wake cycle of the circadian rhythm. And I would say, just in general, getting more sunlight or daylight, especially during the shorter winter hours, is so important because it's just going to help to keep your circadian rhythm properly synchronized throughout the day. And there's a wonderful group out of the Netherlands called the Good Light Group, and they have a couple of great suggestions for getting more daylight. And one of their recommendations is living by the 20-20-2 rule. So for every 20 minutes of time you spend in the computer or a darker room, go to a window or go outside and look at the sky for 20 seconds. And then also try to spend at least 2 hours outside every day. So for every 20 minutes indoors, looking at a computer or a darker room, go and look into the sky for 20 seconds, and then 2 hours outdoors every day. And then they also suggest that if possible, try and locate your desk near a window so you can get more natural light throughout the day. And just as important as it is to get sunlight during the day, we really need to get less light at night. And that brings me to the next tip that you've probably all heard before, and that is try to avoid evening light exposure. All of our electronic devices emit light frequencies that are very similar to the sun. So if you're staring at your device in the evening, you're signaling to your brain that it's daytime, and your brain in turn is going to produce cortisol, and then it's going to want to wake you up. And but at the same time, it's going to suppress melatonin, which is the hormone we're supposed to make at night, which helps us and encourages us to sleep. Another thing you can do is to align your eating, your daytime eating, with your body clock. And there's some research that suggests that you want to confine your meals and snacks to a window of time during the daylight hours. And it can be as few as 6 hours, like many people do with intermittent fasting, or as many as 12 hours. And there's some thought that eating between the hours of 8 a.m. and 6 p.m. might be the ideal eating range to support a healthy circadian rhythm. Exercise also augments your circadian rhythm. So it does appear that exercising in the morning or in the afternoon between 2 and 6 might be the most beneficial. But honestly, I think anytime you can fit exercise into your day is great. Of course, it would be best to exercise outdoors. So if you could strive to get at least 30 minutes of outdoor exercise a day, that would be great. But if you can't get outdoors, try and exercise near a window indoors. So put your yoga mat or your treadmill by a window so you can get some natural light while you're exercising. You know, I think we all inherently know how important sunshine and light are on our mental and physical health. And it certainly becomes harder in the winter to get the daylight we need to maintain a healthy circadian rhythm. But I promise you, if you follow some of the tips I provided above, it's going to help you to maintain that healthy sleep-wake cycle, which then in turn will support good sleep, better mood, healthier immune system, better energy levels, and even healthier bones during our darker winter days. Please reach out if you have any questions, or if you would like my help in how you can maintain good health this coming winter.